Coach, you get the season started this past weekend. Kind of walk me through getting the season started. How was that?
We had about 5 or 6 schedule changes while we were there because of the weather. We went down Thursday night expecting to play Friday, didn't get to play Friday. Supposed to play 5 games on the weekend, end up just playing 4. It rained and it was a little bit cold the whole time we were there, but had a couple of games against Colorado State. They got after us the first game pretty good. They pitched well, and in fact, we broke up a no-hitter in the 7th inning and got beat 5-1. Come back and played Colorado State again, and I think they won 3-2 or 4-3. Anyway, we lost 3 one-run games, and we beat UTSA. So it was we were right there in all the games, and had a chance to close them out a couple of times. Got a lead and couldn't hold it, but something we'll have to grow into. But other than that, I thought it was a good weekend.
A younger team this year. Was it good to get to play somebody else and get in those game reps this weekend?
It is. I think it's very important because we didn't really know where we're at. We didn't really know who we are. When you have 7 seniors graduate and 6 of them start for 4 years, you don't know what you have because you can't emulate a game situation until you go play. So we had to go play the game, but they did well. I've seen a lot of things. I think we'll surprise a lot of people this year, and once we grow a little bit more, I think it'll be good.
A lot of like you said, a lot of those names that we're used to seeing, a lot of those faces aren't here anymore. Who are those younger players that are going to have to step up into those roles?
Well, whenever you got a Hannah Knoll and a Peyton Hedrick, people say, "Who'd you get to replace him?" You don't replace him. You go get you another round and you get going, and hopefully they'll have the same kind of success. But right now we've got Tori Pollard, who's a junior. She's playing shortstop for us. We've got a freshman, Anna Grace Johnson, that'll play some short and second. Pitchers, we got Callie Burris is back from last year. Then we have a freshman, Jillian Hefner. Then we got a transfer, Samantha Bradley from Louisiana Lafayette. And they all threw real well this weekend. They give us a chance to win, so I was really pleased with that. Offensively, I think we got a chance to be even better than we were last year. I think you can't replace a Peyton, a 400 hitter, and 14 home runs, 12 doubles, that kind of, but as a whole, I thought we put the ball in play real well, barreled up some balls and did some good things. So we got a lot of them, that are new, but it's all good.
What makes you confident in that the hitting 1 through 9 can be even better?
I think it's just something that you go through, and we inter squad a lot. We do a lot of different things, and and we struck out so much last year. It wasn't even funny. I don't even remember how many it was, but it was a bunch. But we go there and we have maybe a total of 6 strikeouts all weekend, and so that's just a positive sign for me that we're doing some things different and doing it right.
You look at the pitching. You mentioned obviously you can't replace Noel, but I guess looking at this group of girls, what did they learn maybe from her, or what can they take from what they saw from her throughout her entire career?
I think the one thing that they can take from Hannah is, she always wanted to be in a circle. She's always wanting to compete. She never thinks that anybody can beat her, and that kind of thing. And she didn't throw 70 mile an hour like some of the elite pitchers, but she threw so many different speeds and had such good control over her off speed and her changeups. You throw them in a lot of different counts, which puts a lot of hitters off balance. And that's kind of what these 3 do too also, but a little bit more movement, and stuff like that. We actually throw a rise ball, which we hadn't thrown in a few years with Hannah. Hannah didn't really have a rise ball, just was more down in the zone and down, and then with some off speed, but we can go up this year. And I think with all 3 of them, put them together, I think we'll have a really good staff.
For you as a head coach, is this maybe the toughest transition of losing these seniors in particular this last year? Is this maybe the most difficult to, replenish?
I don't know that it's difficult. I think you have to coach a little bit more. When you got that kind of group for 4 years, you give them enough ground balls, enough swings, and say, well, this is what we're doing on bunt defense, let's go play. And so ever since this fall, we've really been more involved daily, every day, on different things to help try to make the team better and get them to where we need to be. So we actually getting to coach a little bit more. So it's a good thing.
What have been some ways that you've been trying to bridge the experience gap for some of the young guys?
I think the thing we got to do, and it's what I told them all along. We've been working so hard since the middle of August when we got here. And just every day just grinding it out. But the only way we get experience is to go play. We got to go play some games, and that's what we do in February. That's why we have 3 tournaments. We'll play 20-something games in the month of February before conference starts. and we're going to gain that experience from that deal. Now then, we're going to have good weekends and bad weekends, and we'll talk about what we can get better at, and stuff like that after every game. Put that all together, then maybe when conference gets here, we're ready to go.
Is it kind of one of those things where you just kind of let them go out there, experience, and like maybe give up a couple of runs, maybe lose a couple tough ones, or then is it one of those things you just got to kind of let them go out and experience these types of things and grow from it?
Well, I think it is. I mean, the game is got enough failure in it already, and so I don't think you ever want to dwell too much on negative stuff and stuff like that. We kind of started a thing this year, instead of us going down and so much talking at the post-game conference, with our team, is I go down the line and say, what could you have done better today? What did you do today that you think you could do better? And they own it that way. They have ownership of it. And then they got that in their mind that, hey, I need to be better. I need to be better at laying a sack bunt down. I need to be better in the ball to my right, and stuff like that. And so that's kind of the way we approach it. And hopefully each week we get a little bit better. And I think it's going to work.
What's the expectation for this group of pitchers keep growing?
Expectation for my pitchers?
Yeah.
You know what? It's like I tell them, and it doesn't matter which year it is. If you can keep from walking people and keep the ball in the ballpark, we got a chance to win. Then on the other side of it, defensively, you say, don't give them more than 3 outs an inning. And so you go through those kind of things, and the pitchers try not to. You don't want to ever walk the leadoff hitter. Because they'll end up scoring 90% of the time. We throw first pitch strike as much as we possibly can, make the people swing early. And so they embrace that, and they understand the game enough that's worked for them.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach.
Right, you bet.